What's up, people? So, I decided to do Pokemon Silver no damage, and unlike the majority of the Pokemon no damage runs on YouTube, I decided to do it with the proper rules for a no damage run, which is beating the game from start to finish without taking damage. If I get hit, I need to fully restart from the beginning, and as a added rule to make it harder on myself, I also decided to ban the use of the daycare center.
This is being played on an emulator, which is why you sometimes will see this icon in the top right. It just means that I tabbed out and that the game is paused.
This was done in single speed and took about 35 hours to do, so I'll just be showcasing whatever I think is important. This was live streamed on Twitch, and links to the unedited Vods will be in the description. For our starter, we pick Cyndaquil because he has a sick mohawk, and name him.
Yeah.
Now, to start out, we need to murder a copious amount of Kakunas, since they're the only Pokemon that can't hit us back. At level 12, we learn the 100% accurate move Ember, which is strong enough to one-shot Weedles and Kakunas, and will really speed up the farming process. We continue doing irreparable damage to the Pokemon ecosystem until our Cyndaquil reaches level 19 and learns Quick Attack. We also let it evolve into a Quilava and go to fight our rival, taking him out with a single Quick Attack. We get back to Professor Elm and name our rival. After that, we make our way towards Violet City, farming at another level before going to fight Falkner and one-shot his Pidgey and Pidgeotto with Ember. Afterwards, we pick up the egg from the Poké Center and backtrack down to Route 29 and talk to Tuscany? Which is an NPC that only appears during Tuesdays after acquiring the Zephyr badge. She gives us the Pink Bow, which is a held item that boosts normal attacks by 10%. Now, we just pace back and forth, waiting for our Togepi to hatch. When it does, we teach it the TM move Mud Slap that we got from Falkner, and go into the Sprout Tower during the night to catch Ghastly. Now, in Generation 2, Togepi is classified as a normal type, as opposed to a fairy type in like the later games. And normal type Pokemon are immune to ghost type moves and vice versa, which is why we use it here. We name the Ghastly Henboo, and use it to catch a Pidgey. We name it X-Birds. We give the Pidgey the Pink Bow we got earlier and get back to farming, continuing our Kakuna genocide from earlier. And just like Cyndaquil, we stop Pidgey from evolving until level 29, when it learns the move Wing Attack. And stop farming at level 32 and make our way through the Union Cave, using our Ghastly to fight the Onyx and Geodudes. After that, we keep farming on the slightly higher level Pokemon after the cave until our Pidgeotto evolves into a Pidgeot. Take out the Team Rocket members in the Slowpoke well, fight our rival, and Bugsy. For our rival, we use Wing Attack on Ghastly, Wing Attack on Zubat, and a Wing Attack on Croconaw. For Bugsy, we use Wing Attack on Metapod, Quick Attack on Cypher, and Wing Attack on Kakuna. Now, you might be wondering, why did I use Quick Attack on Cypher instead of Wing Attack, despite it being stronger and super effective? And the reason why is because Bugsy's Cypher knows the move Quick Attack, which is a priority move. Now, to explain priority moves real quick, by default, the Pokemon with the higher speed stat will strike first. However, if a Pokemon uses a priority move, the user of that move will attack first, ignoring the opponent's speed. If both Pokemon uses a priority move within the same bracket, the Pokemon with the higher speed will strike first. You can also work around these by using a Pokemon that is immune to the attack. For example, Ghastly is immune to Extreme Speed, Mach Punch, and Quick Attack,
which are all the damaging high priority moves in Generation 2, so we'll be using him in the future to work around those moves. Now we've made our way into Elix Forest, catching a Paras and naming it Ant. We teaches the cut HM and make our way into Goldenrod City. In the department store, we pick up the 3 elemental punch TMs, which are Fire Punch, Ice Punch, and Thunder Punch. We also pick up the Return TM, which you can get once every Sunday. We teach it to our Pidgeot. We then go into the underground tunnel and pick up the coin case. We trade 2,000 Pokédollars for coins and buy Abra. We then give it the Fire Punch TM and go back into Elix Forest and train until it evolves into a Kadabra at level 16. We then make our way to Whitney's gym. Funny enough, I lost my previous run here to one of the Centrets because I didn't know that they could learn Quick Attack. What? He has Quick Attack? Wait, what happened? Okay, I'll be honest, I didn't know they could learn Quick Attack. Fun fact, that one mistake cost me about 11 hours of progress. For Whitney, we again use Pidgeot and take out her Clefairy with Return. And her Milk Tank with another Return. Afterwards, we make our way towards Ecruteak City. We splash some water on a weird tree that runs away cartoon style. We then go into Mount Mortar and train our Kadabra until level 26 and easily defeat the Ghost Gym since they are weak to psychic moves. We use Psybeam, 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 and another Psybeam. We defeat the Kimono Girls for the Surf HM and make our way up the lighthouse in Olivine City and speak to Jasmine. She wants us to get some medicine, but before that, we catch a Magikarp and name it Oppai. We then give it a rare candy and evolve it into a Gyarados. We do this because Gyarados is a great Pokemon for HM moves. We teach it Strength and Surf, and later we will teach it Whirlpool and Waterfall after defeating Claire. Then we train our Kadabra on the Tentacles and Tentacruels until level 38 and swim over to Cianwood City and fight Chuck, whom I can only assume is having a midlife crisis. We send out Kadabra and use Psychic on Primeape. And another Psychic on Poliwrath. Then go outside the gym, talk to his wife that calls him fat, and get the medicine for Jasmine. We fly back, give her the medicine, do another quick farming session until level 44, and then fight Jasmine. For Magnemite number 1, we use Fire Punch. For Magnemite number 2, we use Fire Punch. And for Steelix, we use another Fire Punch. We make our way towards Mahogany Town, beat up a very sunburned Gyarados, take out another Team Rocket operation with Lance, and after doing some ice skating, we beat the gym leader Price. We once again start out with Kadabra and use Thunder Punch on Seal. Thunder Punch on Dugong. And Fire Punch on Pillowswine. Afterwards, we get a call and we go to clear out the radio tower.
Just like that sentry before Witness Gem that I mentioned earlier, I had forgotten that the rival Sneasel could learn Quick Attack. So I go in for a Quick Attack, hoping it'll take it out, and... Okay. But I get insanely lucky, and he uses Screech, a non-damaging move, and I hit it with another Quick Attack, and breeze through the rest of his Pokemon and the remaining Team Rocket members. We then go and pick up the XP share and train until Pidgeot is level 55, and make our way towards Claire, spending an embarrassing amount of time in the Ice Skate puzzle. For Claire, we start out with Kadabra and use Psychic on Dragonair number 1. Psychic on Dragonair number 2. Psychic on Dragonair number 3. And for Kingdra, we switch to Pidgeot and use Return. Afterwards, we go back to Goldenrod City and pick up another Return TM for our Haunter, and defeat our rival in Victory Road. This time, we easily take out his Sneasel with a Quick Attack. Magneton with a Fire Punch. Golbat with a Return. Hunter with Psychic. Kadabra with Return. And Feraligatr with another Return. We then go for an 8-hour grinding session to get our Pokemon strong enough for the Elite Four, which involves getting our Pidgeotto from level 61 to level 67, and getting our Ghastly from level 14 all the way up to level 67 as well. We do all this farming with Kadabra as our lead Pokemon, and use the XP share on Pidgeot and Haunter, which is why our Kadabra ends up being level 81. It doesn't need to be that high of a level, but I figured the XP share training was the fastest alternative. We also teach Kadabra Ice Punch and teach Haunter Shadow Ball before entering the Elite Four. Now for Will, we use Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball. And Shadow Ball. For Koga, we started with Kadabra and used Psychic on Ariados. For Fortress, we switched to Haunter, and since he can't hit us, we set up a couple X attacks and take him out with Return. We use another Return on Venomoth. Return on Muck. And a final Return on Crobat. Now, for Bruno, I am aware that his Hitmontop has Quick Attack, but I fought him about 200 times during routing and testing, and not once did he use a move other than Dig on my Kadabra, so I didn't bother switching to Haunter, even though for safety, I probably should have. So we just take him out with a Psychic.
For Onyx, we use Psychic. Hitmonchan has the priority move Mach Punch, so we switch to Hunter because of his immunity to fighting moves and use Shadow Ball. We then switch back to Kadabra for Hitmonlee and use Psychic. And a final Psychic on Machamp. For Karen, we start out with Pidgeot and use Return on Umbreon. For Gengar, we switch to Kadabra and use Psychic. Murkrow has the priority move Quick Attack, so we switch to Haunter again for immunity and use Return. On Houndoom, we switch back to Pidgeot and use another Return. And for Vileplume, a simple Wing Attack. For Lance, we're only gonna use Kadabra. We're gonna start out with a Thunder Punch for his Gyarados. For his Dragonite, we're gonna use Ice Punch. For his second Dragonite, we also use Ice Punch. For Aerodactyl, we use Thunder Punch. For Charizard, we also use Thunder Punch. And then for the final Dragonite, one last Ice Punch. Now, after taking down Lance, we get crowned the Pokemon Champion and get our entry into the Hall of Fame. Afterwards, we get the SS Aqua ticket from Professor Elm and make our way to Saffron City, where we pick up the Psychic TM from Mr. Psychic and teach it to Hunter. Now, we can easily farm the Elite Four, especially with Hunter being able to solo 3 of them. After running through the Elite Four 5 more times, we're now strong enough to take down every single Kanto leader besides Blue. We start out with Surge. Using our Hunter, we take as Raichu with Psychic. Electabuzz with Psychic. Electrode with Psychic. Magneton with Psychic. And his final Electrode with another Psychic. Next, we take on Erika with our Pidgeot. We use Wing Attack for Tangela. Wing Attack for Jumpluff. Wing Attack on Victory Bell. And one last Wing Attack on Blossom. For Sabrina, we once again start off with Haunter and use Shadow Ball on our Espeon. Shadow Ball on Mr. Mime. And Shadow Ball on Alakazam. For Misty, we start off with Kadabra and use Thunder Punch on her Golduck. Thunder Punch on Starmie. Psychic on Quagsire. And Thunder Punch on Lapras. We blast some tunes for a sleeping Snorlax and make our way to Pewter City. For Brock, we start off with Hunter and use Psychic on his Graveler. Psychic on Rhyhorn. Psychic on Omastar. Psychic on Onyx. And another Psychic for Kabutops. Afterwards, we find a Pyromaniac in a cave and challenge him to a battle. For Magcargo, we use Psychic. We use another Psychic for Magmar. And another Psychic for Rapidash. And if you could believe it, for Janine, we also start off with Haunter and use 5 Psychics. I know, the combat is mind-boggling.
Now we've finally reached the very end game of the run, but Blue's Arcanine is a tank. So we need to go back and start farming the Elite Four until our Hunter reaches level 92. We then give it all our performing enhancing drugs, I mean rare candies, and get him all the way up to level 100. We then fly over to Viridian City and get ready to fight Blue. We start out with Hunter and use Psychic on his Pidgeot. For Rhydon, we switch to Kadabra and use Psychic. For Alakazam, we switch back to Hunter and use Shadow Ball. For Gyarados, we switch back to Kadabra and use Thunder Punch. For Exeggutor, we use Fire Punch. And finally, for Arcanine, we switch back to Hunter and take it down with a Psychic. Come on, England! After that, we are now ready for the final battle with Red. We make our way through Mount Silver and get ready for the fight. He starts out with his Pikachu and we start off with Hunter and take it down with a Psychic. Next out comes Snorlax. And unfortunately for Red, his Snorlax doesn't have a single move that can damage me. So we just use him to set up 6 X attacks and 6 X special. Both being extremely overkill, but when you're 35 hours into a run, you get kinda paranoid. We then take it down with a return. Afterwards come Espeon, and we take it down with a Shadow Ball. For Venusaur, we use Psychic. For Charizard, we use another Psychic. And for Blastoise, we use one final Psychic. And with that, we've now beaten the game from start to finish without taking damage a single time. The final time being 35 hours of real time and 33 hours and 42 minutes of in-game time. Now, some of you might be wondering, since this run was so long, did we find any shiny Pokemon? And the answer to that is yes. We found one shiny Weedle about 10 minutes into this attempt. Oh, a shiny! A shiny! We found a shiny! Now, that's all for this video. I stream various hitless and no damage runs on Twitch. Link is in the description. Follow me for more dumb shit. Peace out.